announced its Q4 numbers and they're bang in line with street expectations. The rupee revenue growth stands at 1.72% on a quarter-on-quarter basis at 23,394 crore. This compares with our expectations of a 1.8% growth. So the top line revenue growth for Reliance JIO, that's the telecom business of Reliance Industries, stands at 1.72% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. On a year-on-year basis, the growth rate stands at nearly 12%. But the growth rate for Reliance JIO has slowed down. So this 1.7% revenue growth on a quarter-on-quarter basis will compare with an over 2% growth in the December quarter, a near 3% growth in the September quarter, and a 4.5% sequential improvement in the company's growth rate in the June quarter. One of the reasons for that is the lack of a large prepaid tariff hike. The street has been awaiting a prepaid tariff hike, but that's been absent, and that's hurting the revenue growth or the growth rates for the company. So revenue growth at 1.72%. The company Reliance JIO has been adding a lot of subscribers. In fact, in the month of January, they added 1.65 million subscribers. So the subscriber addition has been there, and that's driving the top line growth. But the ARPU increase, which is fueled by a large price hike, has been absent. And that could explain why the revenue growth for Reliance JIO, and this could be a trend across the other telecom companies as well. At the margin level, it's very, very stable. 52.2% in the current quarter compares with 52.2% that we had in the prior quarter. But generally, Reliance JIO's margins have been on an uptrend. Because the margins are so flat, the bottom line growth coincides or reflects the revenue growth. So the profit growth has come in at 1.7% on a quarter-on-quarter basis at 4,716. We only have three numbers from Reliance JIO: revenue, margins, and profits. What we await is the subscriber addition number, where roughly it's seen estimated growing at 5 to 6 million subscriber additions, and the ARPU number, the average revenue per user, that's going to be tracked very closely as well. But don't expect a big jump in the ARPU numbers. Nitin Soni, Senior Director of Corporates at Fitch Rating, is now with us on the show. Nitin, what would be the key numbers that you would track, and what would be the factors driving the performance this time?
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. So I think it's going to be a steady quarter. We are not expecting any significant growth in the revenue base and any expansion in the EBITDA margin. As you rightly described, there is a lack of prepaid tariff hike. But at the same time, we do believe that a prepaid tariff hike is imminent. It has been delayed because of inflationary conditions and because of a natural subscriber growth at the expense of Vodafone Idea. But I think a prepaid tariff hike could happen in the next 6 to 12 months. And the average revenue per user, in our view, would have been sort of flat or maybe a single-digit percentage growth in this quarter for Reliance JIO. But average revenue per user will benefit from a tariff hike in the next 6 to 12 months.
Okay, so you are expecting a prepaid tariff hike to take place in the next 6 to 12 months. JIO per se has been moving a lot on the other businesses, the digital businesses, whether it's JIO TV, JIO Cinema. We know the kind of audience that the company has received for IPL, the rights that they secured. So do you think, these things will start contributing to the JIO platform numbers? We typically look at the JIO numbers, the telecom numbers, but these get housed under JIO platforms. And 90% of, JIO platforms revenues come from the JIO business, the telecom business. But the balance 10% is from the other digital businesses. Do you see a lot of progress taking place in the other digital businesses of Reliance?
Sure. I mean, we have to understand that the bulk of the revenue would still come from the wireless services, but at the same time, there are other business segments which are growing probably faster than the wireless services, like, as you said, the digital services and the platform services. We do believe the fixed broadband services are growing quite robustly. And as Reliance JIO has a large fiber infrastructure, they are taking the benefit of their large infrastructure. And the fixed broadband, which is still underpenetrated in India compared to the addressable large population, family population we have, I think that is one business segment which we expect it to continue to grow strongly. The other business segments which are also growing strongly are the enterprise business segments, which 5G will support, as 5G will initially cater more to the enterprise sector. And the data center sector is also something which all these telcos are heavily investing in. And we also expect data center revenue to grow quite strongly in the next few years.
Nitin, we'll try and reconnect with you when we have more on the numbers. But thank you very much for joining in and giving us your initial reactions. So there you have it. Reliance JIO, the telecom business of Reliance Industries, has reported their Q4 numbers, and they've come bang in line with street expectations. 1.7% revenue growth quarter on quarter, a 12% jump on a year-on-year basis, margin stable at 52.2%, and the profit jump and the profit numbers at more than 4,700 crores reflects an improvement of 1.7% quarter on quarter. We're going to slip into a very short break. On that note, we'll come back with more news and updates.
Welcome back. You're watching